Hey, it's day three into my mental health leave. Today I continue to clean up my room, make some progress, but it's still a long way to go. You can see my desk is still very messy. It's very cold here today in Tokyo. It's windy, it's cloudy, it's cold. And my wife is coming back from a trip and she has been away for more than a week. I think about a week. And I got to spend a little bit of, my own time, my own space. That feel really good. I think it's very important to have some space for yourself, some time for yourself. A lot of times at work, we're talking about work-life balance. We talk about how to take back some time from work and spend it on your personal life. And when we talk about personal life, we often just think about, oh, how do I spend time with my family? How do I spend time to do things for my community? But it's very often that we actually forget to save some time and space for ourselves. Being selfish, right? I think it's very important. It's very important to have time and space for yourself. So I think it's a reminder for me to think about how I create that space and time for myself when like say my wife is not on a trip, when she's also here, right? How to balance that, how to spend time, with the family and also on my own. And I think it's equally, maybe if not equally, but can be even more important to also have a strong network, a support network. I realized that very strongly in the past 2 months. One is that at work, there were times I felt that, when I felt the challenge, when I felt stress, struggle, there's a sense of loneliness. You feel lonely because of the feeling of helplessness. You feel you are suffering, you are struggling, and you wish that someone can help you, but when you don't feel that you have someone you can reach out to, that's where you feel lonely. So, think about this at work. If you are going through some challenges, do you have one or two persons who you can reach out to and really feel that you can trust them and ask for help, or ask not even help, just ask for a conversation, some time where you can talk about the challenges that you are going through. Luckily, I do have some friends at work that I really appreciate, that I can talk to them and they would be, really patiently listen to me. And I do feel understood talking to them. Because I think it's also important to think about having friends at work that in a similar context, they understand the context, they know how to, they know how you struggle, they know what the challenge is, they understand you. And it's not even important whether they understand you or not. It's important for you yourself to feel that they can understand you because they are in the same context as you, right? If I go through some challenge at work, I can, of course, come back and talk to my wife. But because she doesn't work in the same place as I do, I naturally would think it's harder for her to understand me, understand my challenge, but it's easier for my friends at work, right? So I realized that it's so important to have someone at work that you can feel that you can go to them and they can understand you. That's one. And the other part about the support network is that last month I went back to China, to my hometown. My hometown is a small city, but it's where 3 or 4 degrees of my family tree from both my mom's side and dad's side live. They live more or less in that, not if not in that city, but would be in that area. So I don't see it, but I can feel that there is a very strong network there. It's a lot of people. It's big family. I went back. One of my relative got sick suddenly, and he got hospitalized, and I can feel that everyone in the family was trying to help, and they were able to help. They were able to visit the hospital to see him every day. My mom actually cooked every day for this relative, and she would ride a bicycle and get the food there to this relative. So I was like, wow, it feels so good when you have such a strong support network. You know that when you feel sick, when you get into a hospital, when you are suffering from pain, from illness, there will be people, not only one, but many people who would come and take care of you. This feeling, it's so powerful. Yeah, and also another relative was talking about how she was waiting for a bus, but waited for half an hour or even 40 minutes, but the bus didn't come, and she just picked up the phone and called her daughter and asked, "Hey, are you home? Can you come and drive me home? I'm waiting for the bus, but the bus didn't come." The ability to even just do that, call someone and ask, "Hey, can you pick me up somewhere because the bus doesn't come?" And suddenly I just feel that, in living in such a strong support network would give me so much psychological safety. I know one is a city where I am very familiar with, although I've been away for a long time. I go back usually once or twice every year, so a lot of things has changed. It's a completely different city than when I left. But I don't feel that it's unknown. I don't feel that it's unfamiliar because I know that there's such a strong network. I have relatives who live in, who works in the hospital as a doctor, who is a lawyer, who is a teacher. I have a strong network there, so I feel very confident when I go back. But comparing to living here in Japan, like I literally have zero relative except my wife. I have no family living here. So, taking care of the dog, this is my own work. I can't ask for help. I don't even have someone to help me walk my dog when I need. I can't just say to my parent, "Hey, mom, can you come and walk my dog?" I wish I can say that, but I can't. So that's two very different mentality in living in this two very different city. Yeah, that's what I realized. But on the other side, I was talking to a friend, and he said, "Yeah, it's great to have such a strong network, but you know what? What's the cost of having that network? The cost is that you need to also put in your effort to maintain it, to maintain the relationship, the connection, even though your relatives, your family, but you need to put in your effort and maintain that in order for one day for that relationship to to come back and support you. So you need to put in your support too. And sometimes that can feel overwhelming and, you know, a little bit demanding. But I mean, it's true. It's true. So there's good side and bad side of that. And here, relatively, if like because there's no such, family network here, it's very easy for me to live here. I don't need to, you know, go visit my relatives very often because I have no one to visit here. But on the other side, I don't get the support either. Right? But anyway, that was the reflection or the topics that I've been thinking today about support network. I wish I have one. Well, actually, I do have one. I do have some support network at work, just on a personal side. Not very strong yet, but yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah. All right. I think I said enough for this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.